Well, good afternoon. This is Hound Dog Steve here on Monday, the 8th of May 2017, and I am calling out a WebBot hit with the rain that has been coming down. In the last Alta report from Clif High for May, he talked of rivers of rain upon rain. And so here is some photographs of the Kansas City situation going down into the Texas flooding and the Quebec flooding. And of course right here in Ontario we have had not serious flooding, but we have had quite a lot of rain come down, and there is more expected at the end of the week. Okay, here we see some flooding in Quebec. You can see the area here in green is all floodplains. This is the Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, May 8th. Some pretty disastrous looking stuff here. And moving on to western Kansas. Now this is dated May the 1st, 2017, right here. Spring blizzard buries hopes of many western Kansas wheat farmers. This is from the Wichita Eagle, and look at that snow. Look at that. A freak late spring blizzard over the weekend could prove disastrous for farmers in far western Kansas. Okay, the wheat harvest has a value of $2 billion. The deepest accumulations from Sunday's blizzard was 16 to 18 inches along the Kansas-Colorado state line. So this is a freak storm, cattle wandering off, and financial implications. Wheat futures jumped about 5 to 6% on Monday to $4.49 a bushel. Again, wheat futures surge after US crop pummeled by a snowstorm. More than 12 inches of snow fell on ripening wheat in parts of Kansas, Colorado, Oklahoma and Nebraska in the past 24 hours. And you can see the price surging up here. But, and this is the storm that brought it in. You see that tornado effect? Right there? Or hurricane effect? You see that? Now, Clif High talked about these things that we would be seeing called landocanes, which would be a hurricane that would form on land. It was a pretty nasty storm. It's probably the most I can remember for the region for this time of year. More rain to pummel US plains after crop damaging snowstorm. Okay, so here they have more rain coming. Snow and ice and flooding keep troops busy in Kansas, Missouri, Nevada and Oklahoma. Nevada assistance began early last Monday as the Truckee River crested through the Nevada cities of Reno and Sparks. On that day, 609th soldiers reported to Lockwood, Nevada, where flooding affected the town's water system. Soldiers originally activated to aid the evacuation. Nevada Guard members transported potable water, prepared evacuations and even helped with snow removal for much of the state's most vulnerable residents in rural parts of the flood zone. And this is another direct WebBot hit. In the May report, Cliff mentioned that, what was he said? Water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Because once this water covers the ground like this, and this is down in Texas, okay, this is more rain in Texas. Look at this area. Flash flood warning. Look at that rain. Look, and the heavy rain right in the center. This is an atmospheric compression event going on. And you can see how high that is. That's probably about 3 feet. And again, here you go. Atmospheric compression event. going on down in Texas. Okay, this is in Kansas. This is what the fields look like. Okay, the snow has melted now, and these fields are just absolutely inundated. I can assure you, you are not getting on these fields anytime soon. This is going to take weeks to dry out. There's absolutely no way, and here we have more water. See, this is what happens when you try to get in the fields. They're just too wet. The equipment just sinks, and once you get bogged down in the floods like that, you are basically toast. So definitely right on. This is a WebBot hit, absolutely no doubt at all. Okay, so Clif High, thank you very much for giving these prescient warnings to everybody. And now is the time to start preparing. So this is really an advance warning of the kind of things that we are going to start seeing in the coming days as far as weather is concerned. These atmospheric compression events are going to increase. The lightning events are going to increase. You are going to see discontinuous water, especially in the Midwest and California, and this is going to make growing food extremely difficult. So once again, I would urge you to put a garden in. Start doing this now. This is so important that we start to prepare ourselves for sustainability and maybe taking a little bit more responsibility for the basics that we are going to need. Maybe sit down and think for a second what it would be like if your town flooded, or if it's possible that it would be flooded, or if you had a waterlogged garden. Again, this is why I have my raised beds, because raised off the ground, unless there's actually a foot or two of water floating around, the water is just going to drain through and be absorbed by the wood that's used in a hugelkultur garden, and the rest will just simply drain away. So these are things we need to get into survival mode. Okay, we have been living basically off a system that is just not ready to deal with these kind of weather shocks, and I think they're going to come fast and furious now, and you really won't know exactly what to expect in the future. Seasons are going to seem like they're out of season. I would say another WebBot hit is Cliff said that we would be losing a month this year of our growing season, and May so far has been a complete write-off. We had snow yesterday. There was a little bit of snow coming down today as I was driving down to Peterborough, and so here we are, May the 8th, and snow in the air and darn chilly. It's looking like it's not going to warm up till at least the end of next week or beginning of the third week of May. And so this is late in the season. One thing that I've noticed is that for growing, the soil has to be the correct temperature. Okay, and basically I've found a rule of thumb is that when you have 3 consecutive nights where the overnight temperature is 10 degrees centigrade minimum, it can be more than that, but that's your minimum. When you have 3 nights of 10 degrees centigrade, you can pretty well say that your soil is ready for planting. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and once again, please do go to Clif High's website, Half Past Human. I will leave the link down below. There you go, Clif. $15, $20 Canadian. This is the May report. Absolutely incredible. And please like and subscribe, and go to his website and buy a copy of the WebBot report. It's becoming more and more accurate as time goes by, and you have to remember is that Clif is always refining his algorithm and the understanding and interpretation of what that algorithm and the emotional content of the linguistics are telling him in a predictive sense. So this is Hound Dog Steve signing off, and I hope you have a very pleasant evening. Good night.